the pieces that you love, that you just told, are that the influences that you hear around you, or are that maybe also pieces from the things you do as a band together, or other things? What are the pieces of love exactly?
I think we definitely vibe off each other, yeah. And I think very often, you know, someone will play something, I mean, whether it be Jack on the drums, or I'll play something on the keyboards, or sing something even, or Charles hits out a crazy bass line or something, and then we just, yeah, you can definitely be inspired of each other, and that's quite fun writing like that and recording like that. But then also, we all have quite a varied taste in music, I think, and that works really well together, because we can always bring something different to a recording, and make it, you know, each put our own stamp on it and make it something unique and original. So yeah, I mean, but then maybe our influence don't even come from bands. You know, you watch movies and they've got music the whole way through these days, and so it could be film music, or it could be something you hear in the background on the radio. It's just those little things always affect you subconsciously, I think.
What are the crazy bass parts that Charles plays?
Well,
watch out.
I don't. It would melt your face. I don't think you could go anywhere near that. You couldn't touch it. We had to delete it off the recording because
I had to delete it from memory.
People were just like fainting just when they came in the studio.
Everyone was having sex with each other.
Yeah.
Vomit everywhere.
Yeah. It was getting quite messy. Quite messy.
It was subharmonic Armageddon. Yeah. No, we all experimented with our own instruments a little bit more, I think, this time. But for me, and I know for the other guys as well, experimentation with your own instrument, one of the greatest things you can do is not play it. And so a lot of the time, there were parts that I would love to have played on bass guitar, but there would have been a similar technique to something I'd done on the first album. So there's a couple of points in the live show and on the record as well where, you know, the bass is solely played on a keyboard. So that's something that we started doing more. Same with the guitars, we were definitely thinking about those in a different way, using them to create a very thick texture, but one that was quite compressed and more like a really robust glaze over a song, as opposed to sort of intricate lead parts, which there are some, definitely, and in fact some of those parts that really make a lot of the songs. A song called Turn the Bells, that was the first song we ever wrote for this session, and was the first song we recorded, but it was sounding really good, and then it was only when Harry McVeigh the Sixth, guitar player extraordinaire, stepped up near the end of the session
and laid down a few guitar parts and
laid down with
changed the song, made it magic.
A few delicious licks
guitar
over the chorus.
Guitar gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really blew things up.
Yeah,
Jack the drum dominator as well exploded onto the scene in a pretty extravagant way with a few of his
some trademark moves.
Trademark moves.
And we did actually try also, you know, recording things in a different order than we perhaps normally would. On the first record, we got stuck into a formula whereby we'd do the drums first, and the bass, and the keyboards, and the guitar, and the vocals last. And we did that to a large extent on this album, but some songs we tried it a different way around. And
we started with the demos as well.
Yeah, and sometimes we record the drums last even, which was very interesting. And sometimes the first thing we'd chuck on there is a crazy guitar part, something like that, and that just changed the whole vibe of the song. And so we just felt very, I think we had the confidence this time around to know that we could, if we worked hard and applied ourselves, make a good record, whichever way we did it. And so we felt, I think, freer to try a whole lot of new things, and it was really good fun. It was structured fun.
How much have you grown?
Must not turn into an all-night.
How much have you grown, do you think, as musicians?
I'm around the same height as I was. No,
I think I
was bad
banter. Bloody hell! Come on, Jack.
We've grown a lot. I mean, 2 years of touring will change any musician. You know, stylistically and just general levels of skill at your instrument, and that's something which changed for us the whole process of recording, certainly, because it just opened new opportunities for us, things that we wouldn't have tried to do because we wouldn't have been able to last time. We're now able to have a go at. So it's been a really useful kind of learning process, you know, for the last 2 years of being on the road, as well as playing shows, which is great fun. We've all improved enough to to make something different, to make something that we would not have been able to make 2 years ago. And I would hope that that will be something that we continue to do in all of our records. You know, we're going to go and tour this album for 2 years now, so by the time we get to album 3, opportunities will be there for even more experimentation and new techniques.